Well, again, I am the Angry Cook, and today's little ditty, we're going to do another no-knead bread. We're going to do a raisin cinnamon. I am going to be using cranberry raisins because we got a bunch of them. Again, about 5 minutes to make it all up. 24 hours to rest, half an hour to, this will be slightly longer. This is, this is supposed to cook for like 50-55 minutes and then some more time to brown it up. So it's going to be a bit longer, but I got nowhere to be. So sit back and relax and watch No Knead Bread. Hasta la vista, baby. Welcome back to our third installment of No Knead Bread. This is going to be no knead, cranberry raisin, and cinnamon bread. You can use regular raisins. I just happen to have a bunch of cranberry raisins, so we're going to use them. What you're going to need is 2 cups of water, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1.25 teaspoons of yeast, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a tablespoon of cinnamon, a cup of raisins, cranberry raisins, whichever kind of fruit you want to use. You can use pretty much anything. You could add some nuts to this if you wanted to, walnuts. Probably half a cup. I've never done it, but that's what I would start with. And we're going to use 3.5 cups of bread flour. So we're going to start out 2 cups of water. 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And again, if anybody tells you to have to mix salt with yeast, they're wrong. Salt is a vital nutrient for yeast growth. 1.25 teaspoons. For those of you astute enough to know, we usually use just 1/4 teaspoon. Cinnamon is a yeast retardant, so we need a lot more yeast than we normally do. Let's move it over to this side so we know what we've done, shall we? There we go. 2 tablespoons brown sugar, dark brown sugar, light brown sugar, doesn't matter. You don't have to pack that, just level it out nicely. Probably the mooches I'm standing over here. They usually are when I'm cooking. And a teaspoon of cinnamon. Tablespoon of cinnamon, not a teaspoon. Ooh. Let's mix this around a little bit. You're not going to incorporate the cinnamon very well into the mixture. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. If your yeast, by the by, is old, if you didn't just buy it, or I buy a big one, if it's around the expiration date, you may want to take a teaspoon and a cup of warm water and just proof it and make sure it's okay. You don't want to go through all this trouble and find out your yeast isn't rising at all. So, just something to keep in mind for later. You don't need to worry about it now. Your yeast is reasonably fresh. Okay. 3.5 tablespoons. Good. 3.5 cups of flour. 1/2. 1. And just level it out. You don't have to be precise, remember. 2. Remember, this is very forgiving. Not as precise as baking is supposed to be. 3. And we're going to going to use this end. Don't use, if you have a round one, it's even better because it's less surface area to get all mucked up. But either way, I don't have a round-ended spoon, so, or a round-handled spoon. You're going to mix all this up nicely. And the yeast and the sugar and the cinnamon and the brown sugar are all getting incorporated nicely, nice and browned. Okay, let's scrape down. Just waiting for this camera to cut out. I haven't put the new batteries in yet. They've been charging a couple of days. So, these are the old, almost dead batteries now, I think. Get all the stuff off the bottom. So we got some gimmicks there on the bottom. We want to get that up. And nicely incorporate it in here. Spin her around a little bit. Okay. Hey, you know what? We forgot the raisins. What have we done there? A couple raisins. They're, oh, they were short somewhere. No short jokes, by the by, Murphy. Alrighty. Alright, here we go. And mix it around. You should have done this before you start the mix, but, you know, it'll work out. It always works out. Whoa! The raisins all inside there, too. Remember, this is very sticky, so if you get your fingers in it, they're going to get sticky. Scrape down once more. And that's it. Proof for 8 to 24 hours. You know I like to do 24. So we'll be doing this tomorrow afternoon. Whoa! Get in there. Plastic wrap, plastic wrap, plastic wrap. Why does it always stick to itself, but only when it's not, when you don't want it to? Explain that to me. Alright, 8 to 24 hours, and we're in business. So, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, back again. As you can see, our dough has riz considerably since yesterday, more than double the size. What we're going to do first, start the oven at 400 degrees. We want the oven to get nice and warm. I explained that before, why we do that. So let's get this out. I just put a piece of elastic band around it just to hold the top on nicely. Spatula and a little stir. We're going to degas this and stretch it a little bit. Just a couple of quick turns. Okay. Scrape it down so you get all the dough. Ho, ho, ho. Isn't it nice and red? Jane's looking at me over there on the couch like I'm nuts. She's not far from wrong. Containers. Dutch oven if you have one. I'm going to use this guy, which has a top to it also. Here. I'm going to spray this lightly with some oil so it doesn't stick. We are going to move our dough into here. Get the scissors out because I want to cut across to the top when it's done rising. We're going to put the top on. We're going to let it rise for an hour in addition to preheating the oven. Alright, so we're about an hour later. And our dough is rizzed. We're going to cut an X or a plus, or whichever way you want to call it, in the top. For decoration, that's all it's for. I don't even know if it's going to work. We'll see. Some people do it like that. Some people just do it like this. And that gives an even deeper cut, which is kind of cool. So we did both ways. Put the lid back on your Dutch oven if you have one. And into a 400-degree oven for 55 minutes. See you back in an hour. Or 55 minutes. Okay, you can hear the timer going off. It's been 55 minutes. We're about to uncover our Dutch oven and brown our top a little bit better than what it is. Let's see. Oh my. That's where we are. We're going to brown that bad boy up a little bit more, about 3 or 4 minutes, I think. I don't think we need much more than that. See you in a couple of minutes. Okay, so we're just about done. We are done. Let's take a look and see what 3 minutes did to the top. I don't think we're going to need much more than that. Three minutes. That was 58 minutes total. 55 minutes cooking, 3 minutes browning up. And let's see if we can get it out of the pan and onto the cooling rack. Oh my goodness, look at that. Right out. Hear it? Little X in the top. Maybe I should go deeper next time, I guess. But, fancy ass. Anyway, thanks for watching. Raisin cinnamon bread. No need. Because we need, so it's no need. Hasta la vista, baby.